lines that I like
Because it
needed
was
to
a
show to my
Pulitzer.
ex-boyfriend at the time.
It was a Pulitzer
and I showed
Prize
them to him,
finalist.
and they really helped him. Wait, can I say a note first? Sameera was looking at the book stand and she was all like, why don't we do this? And I was like, if you think about it, podcast episodes are kind of like this.
And then I was like, no, they're not.
Okay, cool. That's what I wanted to say.
So last book, do you want to go?
Wait, also these are road mics, and if you think about
it's not your interview.
Answer the question. Okay, sorry. Claudia Saluski uses these, and one day how she's going to die is by choking on one.
The last book I finished was Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. Moving to New York, I feel like has gotten me really jaded. And so I've been trying to read a bunch of classics that I feel like I should have read at this point, but haven't. And it is genuinely crazy. I feel like I haven't annotated a book that heavily in so long. Everything she writes about relationships and about falling in love and heartbreak. It's like that quote where it's like, oh, you think something has only happened to you, and then you read a book by Dostoevsky and it's like actually the same thing has happened to every human being ever and will happen to every human being ever.
The last book I finished was Passionate Marriage by David Schnarrt. My friend Chris tells every person about this book. It's like this joint psychosis within this friend group, and preached about it as if it would really like help you in your relationships and open your eyes to like seeing relationships in ways you wouldn't. I finished the book and then I found out that they hadn't even read it all the way through. So yeah, I didn't like it that much. The first 100 pages were good.
Do you want to go first?
I know that you asked this question and I was thinking about it. I literally don't have an answer because this is the most annoying thing in the world. But I have a rule where I'm like, if I read 50 pages of a book, I like have to finish it. And I haven't not read 50 pages into something, so I like don't have an answer. I almost didn't finish Fuckboy by Sean Thorconnell, I'm gonna be real. And I said this when we talked to him about his book that it triggered me so badly about Philadelphia in this way that I couldn't really stand reading it. But it's not a bad book. A lot of people really like it. And I think he's smart too. Okay, sorry.
Mine is Delta of Venus by Anais Nin. I love her books. Like, I love her diaries so much. I really like the preface a lot, like when she talks about sex and romance and relationships. I thought that was so good. But then I like fell into the trap, like, oh, this book is going to be about something more than it actually is about. And then it was just like erotica. Like, that's all it is. There's also like very intense scenes in it.
Like with the erotica.
In like a scary way. Like there's like a lot of like rapey stuff in it. Yeah. Donna Tartt.
Classic. That's a classic.
That's a classic. I will say I didn't like The Little Friend like at all, but I love The Secret History and The Goldfinch so much that it like, overshadowed me not liking that book. She is such a pretty writer. Everything she writes, I'm just like, oh my god, like how did your brain even go there to like think to write that?
I was just thinking about the line she wrote about doing acid
in The Goldfinch,
where she was like, and then we realized we were creating it.
Also, she's like just such a cool person. Like her lore is insane. Like the Bennington podcast, so good. Because like her, Bret Easton Ellis, and Jonathan, I forget his last name, but another writer, all went to Bennington at the same time, and we're all like intermingling social groups. The Secret History is based on people that went to Bennington, and Bret Easton Ellis's books are based on his like hometown friend group in LA, and then also like a little bit at Bennington. I think just the way that it all connects is really cool.
Yeah,
and
it's like a lore podcast.
It's a lore podcast. Donna Tartt has crazy lore. I love her.
My favorite writer, when I was younger, it was like Murakami. Kafka on the Shore got me back into reading, so it did something very spiritual in my brain. As of recently, Lydia Davis. I read The End of the Story recently. When I was younger, in college, I tried to write a novel about my ex-boyfriend, and that book, reading it was literally like an exact copy of what I was aiming to write, and it felt like I wrote it. It was like a bonding experience to read.
My favorite is this book called When You Reach Me by Rebecca Stead. It's like technically like a children's book. I read it when I was in elementary school. It's about this girl who starts getting these notes from a time traveler. They're like these cryptic notes that she like starts receiving, and she has to like solve the mystery in the notes. It's like a whole puzzle. And it was one of the books that I read that you're like, oh, this is making me want to read and want to write. I reread it recently. The themes in it and the writing in it, they hold up. It still hits.
A recent favorite is Paradise Logic by Sophie Kemp. The way she wrote about relationships was really important.
I'm kind of liking the children's books. I'm gonna stick with that because of Winn-Dixie or The Tale of Despero, both by Kate DiCamillo, I think is how you say it.
The Hour of the Star by Clarice Lispector is definitely another one of my favorites I read recently.
We watched Harry Potter.
Oh my god.
Recently.
I felt that like working in your brain.
When I was a kid, I would reread them like once every 3 years just to like see like at what point in life I was, because I like read them for the first time when I was in elementary school, and I loved them so much. They're so good. Yeah, but I don't support her. I just want to put that on the record, just so people know.
Sameera supports J.K. Rowling. I have to go with the Murakami book because I was so obsessed with him when I was younger. The Wind-Up Bird Chronicle is his best.
The way he like talks about women in some of the books, like
I know that person.
Like Norwegian
the
Wood.
way he talks about women in it, it's kind of like, okay, I know what's in your brain and like what you're doing to other young boys who are reading this, but also like just the spiritual aspect. The spiritual parts are just so valuable to me that I'm like, okay, like let's let him be a misogynist. A Little Life by Hanya Yanagihara.
The Idiot by Leaf Batuman. I thought it was good, but like I just didn't think it was like that. As like hyped as it is.
I liked it.
She liked it. It was a Pulitzer Prize finalist.
Yeah, that is kind of crazy.
Like that to me I think is a little crazy.
It was just about like when emails started.
Oh, right. It was when emails started.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's important. It's important for us to know that. Yeah.
She is.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. That's so nice.
Aw.
I got it. I got the stuff. Now I can do the thing. They literally clocked me.
No, they've...
Infinite Jest by David Foster Wallace.
Mine is, it's called The Human Touch and Other Poems. It's a book that my grandfather wrote. There's a whole section in it dedicated to my grandmother. They're like the sweetest thing ever, and it just makes me really happy anytime I read them.
Infinite Jest, because I just think it deserves more attention.
It doesn't. Ugh, I
and
can't.
like everyone who's hating on it, like you guys can go to hell. No, I actually did really like it.
Everything I Know About Love by Dolly Alderton. And
that's crazy because mine was going to be All I Know About Love by Bell Hooks. Wait, what is it? All About Love by Bell Hooks. Both about love.
But mine is like about like friendship love. It's basically about her talking about being in her 20s and focusing on her friendships with other women in place of her romantic relationships. And it's definitely very cheesy and corny at times. But I think that the people who are like, oh, that's really cheesy, are the people that need to read the thing that's really cheesy most of the time.
I like that.
Oh, thanks. We'll quote that.
I was going to say All About Love by Bell Hooks, but also I think that men just need to read a baseline of like 5 different feminist books to walk free on this earth. I feel like that's one of them just because it's like a basic relationship book for men to like understand how to treat girls normal in relationships. Also, Recollections of My Non-Existence by Rebecca Solnit. Maybe like The Bell Jar.
True.
Maybe like Committed. That one too.
That's a really good one.
Prozac Nation.
Mine is Infinite Jest by David Foster Wallace.
She doesn't mean
because
that.
I hate him so much.
What's not to love?
I feel like I can't hate him as adamantly as I do now, having not read Infinite Jest, so I need more grounds to hate him. He's literally like the worst person to walk the planet Earth.
I like the way that Infinite Jest brings people together because one time I was sitting on a park bench in Rittenhouse Square in Philadelphia and someone came up to me and I was reading it and they were like, you know, there's a whole online community for people who read that book.
They also say that about incels.
They're gonna go back full circle to the beginning of the interview and say Jane Eyre because I haven't read it yet, and I feel like I have to. And I could say like a Dostoevsky book because I haven't read one yet, but I was like, I don't want to say a man for this answer. My friend in Philly once said he really likes when a book feels like it has an underlying secret to it, and I feel like that's a really good way to describe the through line that I'm normally looking for in books, and also just like an underlying spirituality.
That's so pretty. That's sweet.
I know, isn't that really
That's
pretty?
really pretty. You know, in Harry Potter, in the second Harry Potter, when he goes into like Tom Riddle's journal, he goes inside of the Horcrux, that feeling like where you're just like in the book, because I also feel like I'm just like very sensitive to whoever like the narrator. Oh, thanks. Whoever like the narrator or protagonist of the book. That's also why books like Fuckboy or a book like Muscle Man by Jordan Castro like drive you insane, because it's like I feel like I become like the narrator, you know what I mean? And so like when I'm reading a book like The Secret History or like Hop on the Shore, it's like I want to become that person, and it just like drops you like right into that world.